Hello Internet, my name's Lave, and this week I watched Sausage Party. That's my Seth Rogen laugh impression, I won't do it again. So Sausage Party is the brainchild of Seth Rogen, Jonah Hill and Evan Goldberg, and if you've seen any of their other films you pretty much know if you're going to like this film or not. So what they've done is they've taken the tried and tested formula of many of the Disney, Pixar, Dreamworks films in which inanimate objects are actually sentient. In this case it's food and other items that you find at a supermarket. They're actually alive and can talk to each other and we're completely unaware of it. And the film explains its premise in the opening 5 minutes with a musical with all of the food singing about their gods, which are us, and how they want to be chosen and taken to the place beyond, which they think is their heaven, completely unaware that they're actually being taken to their death and are gonna be chopped up and eaten. But of course some of them find out the horrible truth and then they have to convince the rest of the food at the supermarket to rebel against the humans. So I really liked the concept of this film, but I have to admit I was apprehensive going into it that it wasn't going to be funny beyond that concept, but I have to admit I was wrong and I found myself really rooting for the sausages at the centre of the story and the love interest, the hot dog buns. And whilst you do see them get taken to the place beyond, which is kind of spoiled in the trailers, but what I really liked about the film is that the majority of it stays within the supermarket, because it's within the supermarket that you really get to understand the social dynamics of all of the different types of food. And the writers have been really clever, offensive, but really clever with how they've racially stereotyped all of the different food to whatever region they come from. So all of the tea bags have British accents, all of the Mexican food have Mexican accents, and so on and so forth, but they do take it further and actually reflect on humans and our history. For example, there's a Jewish bagel and an Arab flatbread which are always bickering with each other over the land in their aisle, and Rogen's character says at one point, "Guys, surely there's room for both of you in your aisle." And I was like, yeah, that's pretty clever. And it does this with loads of other topics as well, from sexism to racism to religious beliefs, and I just liked that. I thought that was really smart, really offensive at times, but really smart. And I also like the fact that they threw in a load of other movie references like war films and horror films. I thought that was just really cool. In fact, about halfway through this film, I was thinking to myself, this wasn't as offensive as I thought it was gonna be, but then it does kind of save it till the end when they really go for it. It's funny, juvenile, sue me, I laughed. The animation and the visuals aren't rendered to the high quality of a Pixar or Dreamworks feature, but then I'm not going to criticise it for that. It's completely adequate for what this film is. In terms of the character design, I thought the humans were actually very good. The food was okay, but then there's only a certain amount of ways that you can anthropomorphise a sausage. And to be honest, I'm nitpicking. At the end of the day, I just wanted this film to make me laugh, and it did, so job done. So that's my thoughts on Sausage Party, and pause the video if you want to take a closer look at my enjoyment tracker now. Don't get me wrong, I don't think this is the funniest film that's been released this year. I don't think it's the funniest R-rated animation. If you like South Park, Bigger, Longer and Uncut and Team America and films like that, then you will like this, but I don't think it's quite as good as them. As I said before, if you like Seth Rogen and Jonah Hill's other films, then you will like this, but if you're not a fan of them, then this isn't going to convince you otherwise. For me, I got a real sense that the creative team, the whole creative team behind this film, had a real blast putting it all together, and that just really translated off the screen for me. I would quite happily watch this film again with a couple of beers while I'm murdering some food and be completely content. So thanks very much for watching my review of Sausage Party. I really do appreciate it, and if you can, please give that video a like and don't forget to share the Lave. Yeah, I cannot do his laugh. Subscribe.